When do you think you'll release your first few bits of gameplay? Now. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Today I'm joined by a special guest.
Hey guys, this is Eckhart's Ladder.
So you know all those questions you probably have about Star Wars Battlefront 2?
What's in the game, what isn't, how things work.
Today we're gonna answer them. Is heroes vs villains any good? Let me show you. Heroes vs Villains, how do you select the heroes? Are the maps very small and is it cool? So Heroes vs Villains, or HVV as I like to call it, works quite a bit differently to 2015's Battlefront. So 4v4, and at the start of the match you can choose any hero and then also swap to a different available hero at any point in the game. Also, the round system is gone, and if you die, you'll spawn pretty much straight back in as a hero. Each team starts with 10 points. Out of the 4 players on each team, 1 target is assigned, and to take a point off the other team, players need to kill the other team's target. First team to hit 0 is the loser.
How is the lightsaber combat? That's a great question. Lightsaber combat is interesting this year because each of the heroes and villains handle very differently. For example, Vader, as you would expect, is very bulky and powerful, but he struggles to close the distance when facing some of the faster heroes. On the other hand, heroes like Yoda and Maul lack the durability of other heroes, but have massive speed and dangerous attacks. All in all, that keeps gameplay quite varied. Some of the heroes do decidedly have an advantage over others, but I did notice a fairly significant skill gap, especially when compared with Battlefront 2015.
Are we going to be able to turn lightsabers on and off like in the first game? At the moment, there's no option to turn lightsabers on and off. While playing as Vader though, I did notice that at one point he turned it off, so maybe just ask Vader.
Which of the lightsaber characters can block? To my knowledge, all of the characters can block blasters, besides for Darth Maul. I think it's also worth noting that like in 2015 Battlefront, Palpatine is not a lightsaber-wielding character. He's closer to his original trilogy Emperor than the prequel trilogy Sheev.
In the game, will heroes and villains with lightsabers clash like Luke and Vader in the first Battlefront? When we played at EA, I didn't see this happen, so probably no. I think that's gone. Which in your opinion is better, Kamino or Kashyyyk? They're both very different and very stunning. Is Kashyyyk huge? Yes. And Hoth's size? Big.
How does the new Endor map play? A lot of it is spent in relatively close quarters, but with still long lines of sight. This meant that snipers could be used effectively, but the map wasn't split up into lanes like it is on Theed, for example. Like Kashyyyk, the nighttime version of Endor is very dark, so any weapons which have heat sensing attachments or any heroes that have that ability have a fairly distinct advantage.
Did they tell you anything about the upcoming Clone Wars DLCs? No, but there will definitely be lots of free updates with lots of content. Are there really ARC troopers in the game? No, but we do have Death Troopers. Is there a Maul skin with a hood? Not that I remember. And can you actually kill a Sith? Yes, you can. Also, do you agree that pineapple on pizza is a sin? No, I don't mind it actually, it's alright.
How does squad spawning work? I know that this is a question that a lot of people have been wondering. Spawning has not changed since the beta. You spawn in with a random group of people, you get extra points if you stay close to them, but after your death, you spawn in with a new squad.
Is there single player that isn't just story based? Like is there instant action or galactic conquest? Well, kind of. There's the new arcade mode, which is kind of an evolution of battles from the last game. There are challenges you can do, or you can create matches against bots with custom rules, which is actually pretty cool. But there's no offline galactic or starfighter assault. Okay, a few vehicle questions. Are Tauntauns reinforcements or just found randomly? They aren't reinforcements. You can find them and get on usually just in the rebel spawn. And yes, they do smell bad on the outside.
Are there any multi-seat vehicles? No.
Do the LART gunships still fly in circles? Yes, but they have been buffed since the beta. I got a few kills with one.
Is there anything at all in the game you felt was overpowered or is it likely to get buffed? I thought all the heroes and weapons were relatively balanced, and for the most part the same can be said of the vehicles. I think perhaps the Republic and Rebel Walker, the AT-RT, was a little bit strong at points. It has a special ability called Ion Blast, which inflicts massive damage on enemy vehicles. I think that may be toned down a little bit. I think it's also possible that small changes may be made, like the amount of points needed to spawn heroes, but overall the game is fairly well balanced. I think some of us also did notice that on certain game modes, like Starfighter Assault for instance, that the attacking or defending side would lose more often than not on certain maps, but I honestly think that part of that is that we were all very new at the game and that we didn't know the proper strategies to use.
How are the emotes in Battlefront 2? They're good. I'll have a video with all the soldier emotes up soon. Will the game still have cross-era characters? Yes, at this stage, cross-era heroes are still a thing. We'll have to wait and see if this changes down the track with free updates, but honestly, it didn't seem as bad as I first thought. It was really cool seeing how the different heroes could turn the tables on a match. And in terms of immersion, I was still fully immersed even if I saw Darth Maul on Hoth, so no big deal. What's the situation of loot crates? Well, they have changed since the beta, and the game is not pay to win. EA actually published an article a few weeks ago about this issue. I'll link it in the description.
Is the sector clear? Dude, is the sector ever clear?
Are there private matches?
Not yet.
Was Jar Jar in the game? Jar Jar was actually featured extensively in multiplayer as a playable character class on the Theed map. No, I'm just joking. Jar Jar was not in multiplayer.
Is Pancake Face playable?
Not yet.
No.
There's also the question of droidicas, and my answer to that is no. Droidicas are not in the game, at least
Not yet.
Watch those wrist rockets? Listen for yourself.
Watch those wrist rockets!
Huge thanks to Eckhart Slatter for helping me make this video. If you want to know more about the game, we also made another one of these videos for his channel with even more questions answered. So go check that out.
Thanks, Andrew, and always remember,
Stay bombastic.